Yeah, I mean, I think this next cycle is an everything, everywhere, all at once cycle. So much money went into VC, so many people are building stuff. And this is the digitalization of real world assets. That's the finance industry. We're seeing the announcements almost every day. We're seeing new on ramps and off ramps via the ETFs. They're coming. We're seeing, we will see, regulatory changes across the world. That's happening. We're going to see brands and culture. We had conversations on that. More about art and new use cases for NFTs. That's coming. New use cases for DeFi. New ways we're going to do that. That's coming. New layer twos, layer ones, changes to things like the Solana ecosystem. That's all coming. So I think we're going to see a kind of full-on crypto cycle when it really gets going. And your head will be spinning a bit with all of the stuff that's happening, because so much has been built over the bear market that things are just coming to market.
Crypto family, Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros coming back at you with another cryptocurrency video today. That was founder of Real Vision, Raoul, telling you that this crypto cycle may be bigger than any other crypto cycle before. We have things coming to market that we've never seen before, and it's gonna be massive. So in today's clip, we're gonna be checking out Raoul. He's gonna be talking about everything crypto here, what he expects over the next couple of years. He also talks about inflation, what he sees happening with that, the war in Israel, and how that will affect the crypto markets in the future. And he basically just gives his thoughts on where everything is going, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. And make sure to watch all the way to the end of today's video. A lot of useful information. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We have new crypto, Bitcoin, and financial related content coming out every single day. Hit that like button if you find any value in today's video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's clip.
I guess so that you don't need 50 trillion in to create a 50 trillion market cap, because you've got things that are liquid, so they go up more. Right? If something's perfectly liquid, like the T-bill market, 50 billion in doesn't move the market because it's perfectly liquid. So with this, you don't need that much going in to make it 50 trillion. You don't need $50 trillion going in, but if you put in $1 trillion. So really, if you think about it, I think of it as the crypto economy as a digital network state, borderless. And what you need is foreign direct investment to come in. So one of these trade agreements will be the ETFs. So if you think about it, that's a trade agreement between the traditional world and the new world. And so the money will flow in. So let's say 20 or $30 billion goes into that. That'll move the market cap by $200 million, a 10x multiplier. I don't really know the numbers of the multipliers. But don't forget, if you start putting the financial system on top of these rails, that generates economic activity at blockchain level. So Ethereum earns more fees generate into the system, all of these kind of things. So I don't think it requires all the liquidity in the world. But again, my 50 trillion number is probably 2030. So we got time to get there as well. Yeah, I'm about the same. I would say 10 trillion might be where I'd look it to peak out at. Whether it gets there or not doesn't really matter. But then, so that's a sort of a 10 trillion is a 10x from here, and a 3x from the high. The next time around, if it goes from 10 trillion to 50 trillion, is a 5x. It's actually a lot less over time. So it's all doable. Every time, we produce this chart of all of the previous inflations. At this point in the cycle, you always get a small uptick, which is we're seeing now. Why? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's generally a year after the peak of the commodity down cycle, and commodities are usually just starting to discount the upcoming cycle. So the commodities are the fast end of the curve. They bring inflation down in the beginning. So they brought it down from 9% down to 3 and a bit percent. Then they pick up because they start rallying a bit. But the slow parts, the massive parts, 70% of all of CPI is rents and wages, and they're starting to deflate. So at this point, you get this little pickup, and then the big juggernaut carries it lower. If you look at the core inflation numbers, if you look at the 1 month, 3 month, 2 month rates of change, they were all around 2% or less. So what you're seeing is clear, firm evidence that all of this stuff is slowing down. So just be patient. These things take time. But yes, I see nothing but disinflation ahead for probably another year. Everybody is fully aware that they do not want Saudi Arabia and Iran involved in this. Let's see. Keep our fingers crossed. If that, I mean, obviously MBS spoke to the leader of Iran. So if they can keep cooler heads around them, then Israel can do the job that Israel needs to do to get rid of the terrorism coming out of Hamas, and it doesn't spread to anything bigger. You know, it's only if you bring in the other two countries, and nobody wants that. They don't either. Liquidity seems to be the best indicator of the space. If I look at our GMI Global Weekly Liquidity Index, that has a 87% correlation with Bitcoin. And so that's pretty good. So liquidity is a forward-looking indicator. So if you think about a slow economy, it actually means that the Fed are likely to inject liquidity. People don't understand this bit. So I actually think we hit recession, mild recession this quarter and next quarter. I've thought that for a while now. And I think it's irrelevant because the market looks through this, is looking at the forward-looking liquidity indicators that have been rising since end of last year. I don't think we need an ETF to go to the bottom, to go up. So I think that's a red herring. The ETF, as I said, think of crypto world as this nation state, and this is a new trade agreement. So when the trade agreement comes, it doesn't mean you do trade, it means you can do trade. People will only invest in the crypto economy if they think the crypto economy is growing. So right now, you need prices to be rising for the ETF to be a funnel of money into the crypto economy. So I don't think it's as big a deal as people think, but when you look back, it'll have been a very big deal over time. And I don't think the crypto market goes to new lows. Unless liquidity collapses out of nowhere, which is just not going to happen, because then, you know, it's just the death and destruction of everything. There's no reason for that to take place this late in the cycle. You should be seeing liquidity coming in the cycle, not withdrawing.
And thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the video. Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with Raoul in today's video? Do you disagree? Leave all that in the comment section below. Hit that like button if you found any value. And thank you guys for watching. We make these videos for you. We really appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be making these videos. So I'll see you guys in the next one. My name is Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros, and have a great rest of your day.